Hello, good afternoon. I've made this Nuno Mendes artwork literally just now. I'll be honest, I don't actually know the player that well, but I've heard of him, heard he's a talent, and obviously he's at the Euros, and I think he's a starting left back, and apparently he's a massive talent. So I don't know, I just kind of took an interest, and I'm gonna educate myself with some YouTube highlights, which, as always, is the most accurate way of finding out how good a player is. So sorry, bear with me 1 second. Yeah, so I thought I'd just break down this design. I don't know. I've literally just turned on the thing to record and it's got a microphone out, so I don't know the best way of going about this, but hopefully it's not too disjointed. So let me, I guess, let me try to get rid of some stuff, see if that helps kind of get me to a better place. You know what I should have done? I should have deleted everything that wasn't actually used, but oh well, it's too late now. So yeah, first thing I did is just find a good background color to use. Just got the paint bucket tool, selected a red color and splashed it everywhere. Pretty simple. If I remember correctly, the next thing I did was get in this Nuno, cut him out. Okay, it was probably not the best job of cutting out, but I'm very lazy when I do it, so yeah, this is what I got, and I included the ball as well, just to make sure he has like something that he's actually looking at, and it's not just him staring at nothing. It just feels a bit more appropriate. And yeah, all I did was go to camera raw filter. I adjusted some of the metrics, so can I open it without spoiling it? Oh yeah, so yeah, turn up the exposure a bit, contrast, reduce the shadows and the blacks as well, which I always do. Added clarity and texture. I usually reduce the vibrance a bit because I think it feels if it gets blown out. Then with the curves, I have a habit of I guess the word's washing out the blacks, so it's like it's not the darkest of blacks, it's kind of got a greyish hue to him. And then I reduce it slightly up here in the S-curve shape and add a little bit in the highlights as well. Actually no, I've gone down a bit, but yeah, I'm sure you know what I mean. Then I have this sharpening, which I've not really used before, but it actually is worth doing. I've added a fair amount, and it just makes him look sharper, a bit like when what's it, NBA 2K show you the sweat on players every year in their trailers. That's what I feel like I get out of adding that sharpness tool and not just the one in the basic. Color mixers, I didn't do too much, even though I've moved things around here. I don't think they really affected him that much. I don't know what color this is or what would really affect it. It kind of looks like a green, but it wasn't really shown enough for me, but I still used it anyway. And then brought up midtones, brought up shadows to make it kind of grayish again. I think that was it for this one. That's all I did. So yeah, I got myself a Nuno. I think the next thing I did was to bring in a floor. So not this floor just yet. There was another one. Yeah, this is it. Is it? No, it's not. I lied. Here it is. So I wanted a full pitch. It's not very obvious, but basically I got like a stadium, and I think I reduced the fill. No, I changed it to overlay. Basically masked out everything pretty much, as you can see here. The black is everything that's masked out, and just like kept the football pitch floor, so it looks like he's standing or something. And obviously got rid of the hard edge as well by using a soft brush to just go along it. I think we've reduced flow to about 15% or something. And then to actually make it look like he's standing on the floor, not just like hovering in the air. Oh, this is really irritating. I definitely could have done this better. Yeah, so to make sure he's like not hovering, I've added some contact shadow, I guess, here, and then a faint shadow, and then a slightly faint shadow under his lifted leg. So yeah, make it a bit better. I think the next thing I did was to bring in the big Nuno. Similar to what I did with the small one, added the camera raw filter. Basically went through the same sort of settings, but just maybe slightly different. He's got a bit more obvious color in the red of his jersey, so I played with that, but also reduced the saturation so it doesn't lose this like night detail that they've got this year. And then you can't see here, maybe I can show you. Yep, you can see I've added a layer mask and just kind of faded them out with a gradient so that it's not just this hard edge. You can do it, but I usually like to reduce that hard edge, or to basically take away that hard edge, so it looks like he's kind of just I was gonna say floating, but I guess it's not the right word. It's something a lot of designers do, where it feels like the person's not just like thrown in there after being cut out, so it's not like a collage sort of look. Next thing, yep, I got this stadium in the back. It's a picture of a Estadio Nacional. I'm not sure if it's the national stadium, but I was googling like hard and that's all I could find. I feel like I could have got a better stadium, but if this is the one he used, then I guess why not use it. Same thing as I think I did with the Nuno picture. I've kind of, you see like the mask here in black is to get rid of the hard edge at the bottom, so it's not just like a straight cut. And then again, I reduced the fill and changed the blend mode to soft light to blend it in a little. Cool. I'm not sure what I did next. I think it might be, yeah, I think I brought in this little emblem. I probably could have got a better version. It doesn't seem the sharpest, but yeah, that's what I did. I brought that in. I think I added some type. Yep. At first I had this in, had it in green, but it's kind of blurry to me. I don't know if it's just my eyesight, but yeah, it's very blurry. Can't remember what type I used. Yeah, Vanguard CF. I think that's a free font on Google Fonts or Adobe, one of the two. Then I should have brought his name in somewhere as well. Yep, here. You can see it's literally all over the place. Yeah, his name here is here. Made it slightly larger and changed the type to Vogue. The next thing I did, I think it was to bring in this Portugal flag. So yeah, I was just kind of getting a bit random. Not the highest definition Portugal flag. I think I was being a bit lazy, but what I did was I added something to make it a bit sharper. I'm not sure if I did the greatest job, but basically you can duplicate that layer. I converted it to a smart object, then went to filters, high pass, and I think I used about 2 pixels. That makes it a bit gray, so like that. But if you change the blender mode to overlay, it should make it, I guess, kind of sharper. Don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it should make it a bit more vivid. I think the next thing I did was to bring in this circle. I've really messed up here. I don't know why this green is going through. It's the gradient. That's probably why. Yeah, so the green's like going through him, but alright, it's not the end of the world. I'd rather not be there, but I didn't notice until the end. So yeah, it's going through him. It's just an extra detail in the back, and I probably could have done something much more interesting with it, but I just added this kind of light. It was just a paintbrush, and changed it to luminosity and reduced the fill a bit so it's not like blinding. Trying to see if there's anything else much I did. I don't think there's too many things I did. I think the last thing I did was just to add this texture. Yeah, just literally added the texture, and to give it, like, I don't know, I guess another detail to it. Not entirely sure why I felt the need to do that. I probably could have left it clean, but I don't know, if it's a bad habit, I guess, of going straight to a texture, but hey, that's what I did. So I think that is everything. The last touches I did was to add, well, I made a stamp visible layer here, and all you'd have to do to get that is press Shift Control Alt and E all at the same time, and it basically creates a flattened layer with all the layers below it into an editable layer. Well, you have to convert to smart objects, but basically it creates a merge layer without removing all of your layers. And then I convert it to smart object, camera raw filter, the usual messing around. I think the only extra detail I added was to add a vignette. I don't know what I said. Yeah, add a little vignette. I didn't really mess around too much with anything I didn't show before, just mess around with the color, curves, blacks and shadows, etc. Just like last time. And then I added a noise. Not sure if I really needed it, but that's what I did. And then I usually like to finish off with a color lookup as well. I don't always do it, but sometimes it looks nice. For this one I went with 2-strip, but you can just like flip between the various and see which one you like. The only bad thing about the 2-strip is it removed the color from this Portugal type I did, so I just made a copy and brought it to the top. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Very box standard, but I think it's a nice design. I might have overdone the colors, like blown it out, but you always want to go back and change something, so it was just a bit practice. But hopefully that was something slightly interesting, and if not, I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully it's useful. Thanks.